And welcome back to Iberia. Our first game already in progress. We've already seen a strikeout here in this one. Apologies. That's just the nature of the beast sometimes with these double headers. Sometimes you come in just a bit too late, but Andelin Wands striking out here to begin the game as Richland's starting pitcher, Crocker starting pitcher. Let's try that. Foster gets the strikeout here to begin the game. So we'll get kind of some information dropped throughout this one as the first pitch to Jesse Bennett is a called strike one. Again, Connor Harbert here with you, Z102.3. Had to spend my time in between games getting lineups, writing those lineups down as the next pitch to Bennett misses outside for ball one. Crocker and Richland. Remember, this is the third place game of the Frisco League softball tournament. 1-1 delivered outside. That'll be ball two. Crocker playing the home team here in this one. So here's a swing and a foul ball off to the screen for strike two. Actually snuck it through a hole in the screen. Fan gets a souvenir who will promptly have to give up. Back over to Richland. And we'll make it 2-2. Foster on the mound or in the circle. Already one strikeout. Now time going to be called. As they'll swap out the old ball for a new one. So again, we'll get to those lineups here in just a moment after I finish marking them down for you. Try to keep the game in front of us, though, as the 2-2 is delivered. A bit too low for the first time in this one. We'll go full at 3 balls, 2 strikes. You're just now joining us. We just finished up the consolation game of the Frisco League tournament. Lakeway defeating Stoutland 5-4. An exciting contest there. Stoutland's comeback effort falling just a bit too short. Here's a ground ball over to second base. It's scooped up. Throw over to first. It's going to be in time. And that'll be out number 2. That's Bulware over to Huey for the second out of the inning. So Wands and Bennett put away. That brings us now to Cameron Cardos. Playing third, batting third. Batting from the right-hand side. First pitch is outside. Ball one. One-0 pitch on its way. Swung on, missed. Strike one. Next pitch on the way. Hard hit ground ball over to third. Fielded cleanly. Over to first, over to Huey in time. And that'll quickly end the top half of the first. So, Richland goes 1-2-3 here in the top half of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We'll get to the Crocker side of things when we come back. Take a 60-second break. Come back in just a moment. You're listening to Frisco League Softball right here on Z102.3. Back here in Iberia, a scoreless top of the first. We'll move on to the bottom half now. Richland and Crocker, our third place game of the 2022 Frisco League Softball Tournament. Connor Harbert here with you, Z102.3. Jesse Bennett going through her warm-up tosses. And then we will see the first 3 batters for the Crocker Lady Lions. It'll be Worstel, Ruth, and Huey. All set to take their cuts here in this one. So, Still working on my lineups here. Again, apologies, doubleheaders. They are like that sometimes. I appreciate the willingness of the head coaches of Richland and Crocker to share their lineup cards with me. Go over some last-minute pronunciations. Then you run back up here to the press box. You start writing names down, and you hope they don't start too soon. Of course, already running a little bit behind schedule here today. First game finished up about 15 minutes past 5:30. We'll have to watch the timer here on this one. Previous game ending in 6 innings today. First pitch on the way. Ashlyn War still at the plate. Watches the first pitch, low and away for ball 1. One 0 count. Next pitch, also same spot. Low and away, ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. Bennett rearranging the dirt in the circle before taking her spot back up there. Now delivers. Much better pitch this time. Ruled strike 1. Two 1 pitch. Outside again. Ball 3. Or still playing short. Leading off things. Again, Emma Ruth in the on-deck circle. Pitch outside again, and that'll be ball 4. So the bottom of the first begins with the game's first base runner. Richland going 1-2-3 in the top half. Crocker wasting no time in getting their first runner aboard. And that brings us to center fielder Emma Ruth. First pitch, called strike 1. We're still taking off for second. She'll beat the throw. Be a stolen base for the leadoff batter. And already a runner in scoring position now. Crocker looking to get a quick start going here. Oh, 1 pitch misses its mark. 1-1 now. One ball, 1 strike. And the next one. Swung on, miss. Strike 2. Bit over the top of the last pitch. Could we see the first strikeout for Richland starting pitcher Jesse Bennett? The 2-strike delivery. Bit too high, bit far outside. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch, again outside. How about 3-2? So a full count here. Nobody out. Runner on second. Again, Emma Ruth at the plate. Katie Huey waiting in the on-deck circle. Here's the payoff. Looked good. And no, it's going to miss the mark. Ball 4. Close pitch there. Bennett not going to get the benefit of the doubt, and it'll be first and second with nobody out. And for batter number 3 in Katie Huey. Good news, I finally got through my lineups for you. So we'll go ahead and start where we left off here. Katie Huey batting third, playing first. Batting cleanup, that's the catcher, Brooke Gann. Batting fifth, second baseman, Catherine Bolware. First pitch, trying to lay down a bunt. Trying to chase it low, though. Can't make contact. It's strike 1. Batting sixth, playing third. That's Monica Dewhurst. Here's a swing and miss for strike 2. Huey going to find herself in a deep hole here. Batting seventh, the pitcher, Elena Foster. Next pitch, 0-2. Swung on, miss, strike 3. And will now get her first strikeout. There'll be one away, with runners still on first and second for Brooke Gann. Batting eighth here for Crocker. That would be the left fielder, Maddie Parks. Batting ninth, the designated player, Olivia Hayes. And then your flex player, not batting today, but playing out in right, that'll be Abby Helms. First pitch here, to Gann is called strike one. After a couple missed pitches to begin the inning, 2 walks. Bennett seemingly finding her marks here on the last few pitches or so. 0-1. Now goes back to 2 low. It's 1-1. So the Richland lineup saw Andolyn Wands playing out in center field and leading off. The pitcher, Jessie Bennett, she bats second. Batting third, playing third. That'll be Cameron Cardos. 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed for strike 2. Batting cleanup, the second baseman, Victoria Spurberg. Batting fifth, the shortstop, Lily Gibson. And batting sixth, the left fielder, Isabel Bowling. 2-strike pitch, the first try at it, misses inside, will go 2-2. Batting seventh, the catcher, Jada Sullivan. Batting eighth, the first baseman, Jordan Payne. And finally, batting ninth, that's the right fielder, Lexi Burns. Here's a swing and a miss on the 2-2 pitch. And so after 2 walks, Bennett's now got herself 2 straight strikeouts. There's 2 down with runners held on first and second for the time being, as Catherine Boulware steps up to the plate now. So a chance to limit the damage and keep it scoreless. Just a couple of black marks with the walks. Here's a pitch that gets away, though, and that's actually going to hit her. Pitch caught Boulware on the leg. And that'll load the bases here in the top of the bottom of the first. Warstill on third, Ruth on second, and Boulware on first. And here comes third baseman Monica Dewhurst. Now I can finally relax here and check my rosters, check my numbers for you. So the first pitch to Dewhurst is in there for a called strike 1. I would never wish multiple games on any broadcaster. Love doing it. Love the opportunity here to call some Frisco League softball, but just the logistics of it in between games, it's not a fun 20 minutes, let me tell you. 0-1 pitch, swung on, missed. That'll be strike 2 now. A lot of panic and a lot of hurrying. But we're here now, and it's an 0-2 count. Next pitch on the way, also swung on, missed. So a nice recovery there from Jessie Bennett after giving up a couple walks and even hitting a batter to load the bases. Finds 3 strikeouts to get herself out of the bottom of the first. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 3 runners left on base for Crocker here in the bottom of the first. We'll head on now to the top of the second. Still no score between our two sides. Back in 60 seconds, you're listening to Frisco League Softball right here on Z 102.3. Welcome back to Iberia, top of the second here in this one. Still no score. Our third place game, Crocker and Richland. Both these teams trying to, well, pick up the victory, pick up third place here in this one. It would mean a lot to both these teams here in the early stages of this season. Connor Harbin here with you, Z102.3, taking a look at both these sides. Crocker coming off of a couple of wins heading into today's game. They're riding a 2-game winning streak, a victory over Max Creek on the 12th, 15-0 there in that one. That's a run rule game. And then, of course, you had Madison back at the Terry Early New Franklin softball tournament. They were able to beat Madison 7-4 here in that one. Here's a pitch lined out into right center. That's going to get down for a base hit. Victoria Spurberg start things out for the Lady Bears with a leadoff single. Speaking of Richland, what have they done as of late? Well, how about a 20-2 victory over Climax Springs just yesterday? So riding a bit of momentum. It's the first pitch to Lily Gibson is ruled strike one. Before that, though, a 10-1 loss to Halfway. And then a 7-5 victory over Lakeway, a team we just saw take the consolation game. Next pitch on its way outside. That's ball one. So overall, Richland 3 wins on the season. They're 3-4 at the moment. Here's a big swing and a miss for strike two. Crocker, the direct inverse. They're 4-3. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Gibson. Batting fifth, playing short. 2-strike pitch outside, ball two. Again, a good crowd on hand here for this one. Of course, have crowds from several area schools. Here's a swing and a miss. That's strike three. Second strikeout now for Elena Foster. Starting pitcher for Crocker. And with one away, runner still on first. How about Isabel Bowling? Bowling to the plate now. She'll bat from the right-hand side. She wants the first pitch. Called strike one. Bowling is, nope, excuse me. How about a sophomore? 1-strike pitch. Popped it up, right side. Just barely leaves the field of play. And we go 0-2. So Foster trying to recover after giving up what is the game's first hit. Hard hit line drive into right center. Could possibly make it 2 straight strikeouts here. Definitely a good start to the at-bat. She's got Isabel Bowling down 0-2. In the middle game of our 3-game set today. Here's the 0-2. Outside, ball one. Taking off for second is Spurberg. She'll be in there. Almost overruns the bag, but able to keep her right foot on. And that'll be a stolen base. Again, pitch was outside. It's 1-2 here to Bowling. Again, hopping out of the stance. Fires one down, but just a bit too late on that one. Here's the 1-2. Almost got Bowling to go around, but she lays off. It's high and outside. That's going to be ball two. Tough pitch to lay off. That's one of those pitches where you know you want to smack that to the opposite field. Keeps it away, though. And now here's a swing and a miss. And that'll be strike three. Actually made contact, but Gann able to hold on behind the plate. And that'll be strikeout number 3 now for Foster. 2 in a row. And now she's got 2 outs here with a runner on second. Again, Foster on the mound. She's a senior. Delivers the first pitch now to Jada Sullivan for a called strike one. Sullivan behind the plate for the Lady Bears. One of a few sophomores on this year's roster. Hard hit line drive off towards the nets. Strike two. In fact, much like Stoutland last game, Richland only one senior. Saw her earlier in the inning. That would be Gibson. But then a nice mix of juniors, sophomores, and freshmen. 0-2. That one's outside. Ball one. Foster looking to try to make it 3 straight strikeouts. Already has 3 total. Next pitch. Chased one in the dirt. Did she hang on to it, or did she put a glove on it? She didn't, but they'll make the throw over to first anyway. It'll be there in plenty of time. Sullivan already wound the back to the dugout, and that'll be a 3rd straight strikeout. So a nice effort there from Foster. Gives up the lead off single, but then 3 straight strikeouts. 4 on the day means no runs on 1 hit. No errors and 1 runner left on base. We will move now to the bottom half of the second. Still no score here between Richland and Crocker. Be back here in 60 seconds. Don't go anywhere. You listen to Frisco League Softball right here on Z102.3. Getting back to it here in Iberia. Bottom half of the second. Here in this one, still no score. Crocker and Richland. Crocker set to come back to the plate here. It'll be 7, 8, and 9. Elena Foster in the previous half inning for the Lady Lions, giving off a leadoff single, but then 3 straight strikeouts. Means that runner can't go any farther than second base. We'll see if Foster can't get the bats going here. She will also start off the inning. Of course, Jessie Bennett in the circle for Richland. She's already got 3 strikeouts herself. Of course, Bennett having to overcome some adversity as well. Gave up a couple walks and a hit by pitch. Left the bases loaded in the bottom of the first. So back to it here. Foster showing bunt, pulls it back, trying to swing away. The pitch barely misses the zone. It's going to go 1-0. Ever so close was that pitch. But it is 1-0 to Foster. Next offering on its way. Too low again. Ball 2. That time a little less doubt. Foster, a senior, batting from the right-hand side. Launching another one. This time, Bennett able to bring it up enough to be called strike 1. Caught the lower half of the zone. Keeping those pitches down here to Foster. Again showing bunt, but pulls it back. Now a pitch. Caught the outer half this time. Bennett with some good spots here in this at-bat. It's 2-2. Again, both these teams coming off big wins their last times out. Here's a 2-2 swing and a miss. Strike 3. Bennett's now got 4 strikeouts through the first 4 outs of this one. And with Foster put away, here comes left fielder Maddie Parks. Again, both teams riding some momentum. Crocker, last time out, defeated Max Creek 15-0. Richland easily dispatching their opponent. That would be Climax Springs 20-2. First pitch to Parks is called strike 1. Subjects of our next game, Iberia, already taking some batting practice off to our right. The 0-1 swung on miss for strike 2. Dixon hanging around here somewhere. And that'll be our championship game. This game played for third. 0-2 pitch misses low. Make that ball 1. Consolation game in the books. Lakeway defeats Stoutland 5-4. 1-2 on the way. That one swung on missed. Oh, excuse me. Got fooled there. That was actually 2-1. So, 2-2. Most excited I'll ever get for a strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the next delivery. That one's strike 3 for sure. And make it 5 now here for Jessie Bennett. This one's shaping up to be a pitcher's duel, as the first 2 are put away. Here comes number 9 batter, the designated player, Olivia Hayes. Hayes, a left-handed batter. First one squares up, pulls it back. Pitch misses, ball 1. Hayes, a freshman. Gonna drop down a bunt down the first base side. First baseman has it, throw it over to first, not in time. Payne coming up the right side of the infield, down that first base side, trying to throw it over to Spurberg, who was covering second. But Hayes showing off the speed, beats off the infield single. So Hayes aboard, and that'll bring us back to the top of the lineup. Another left-handed batter, Ashlyn Warstill. Warstill trying to slap one down the third base side, but it goes foul. And it'll be strike 1. Warstill walked her first time up. Got as far as third. Remember, Crocker left the bases loaded in the top half of the first. Or excuse me, their first inning. First time up. Whatever words you'd like to use in that particular spot. 0-1 now. Trying to lay down a bunt this time. It falls right in front of home plate. Throw over to first. Not going to be in time this time either. Now taking off for third is Hayes. She'll be in there safely. It'll be runners at the corners. Hayes catching Richland sleeping off the bag over at third. Nobody covering. Hayes deciding to just take an extra bag as well. Meanwhile, good hustling over there from Worstel. Means they've got 2 straight bunt hits. So again, runners at the corners. There's 2 down. And here's Emma Ruth. Ruth also walked. Before we get to Ruth here, time's going to be called at home plate. Back to it here. See if Worstel doesn't just take off for second here. Here's the pitch. Worstel waiting, biding her time. Here's a pop-up bunt. Burrow will have to go over to first. Is this one going to be safe too? Yes, it is. And Crocker will take a 1-0 lead. Small ball here from the Lady Lions. 3 straight bunts for singles. Hayes hustles in from third. It'll be first and second, but with still 2 outs. Here now for Katie Huey. Three really good bunts. Here's a swing away, pop up, right side the infield. Difficult play for Spurberg, but she holds on, and that'll end the inning. So the damage is limited to just 1 run, but 3 hits for Crocker. 3 bunts for hits for Crocker. Gives them 1 run and an early lead. Again, 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left over on base. Into the top of the third we go, with Crocker now leading Richland at 1-0. Back in 60 seconds, you're listening to Frisco League Softball right here on Z102.3. Back here in Iberia as we move to the top of the third here in this one. 1-0 our score. Connor Harbert here with you once again. Z102.3. Richland trying to get that run back after Crocker lays 3 straight bunts in very, very good spots, giving themselves base hits. Olivia Hayes, aggressive base running, actually helping Crocker turn those 3 bunts into a run. Of course, a good play to end the inning. Victoria Spurberg over at second. Nice over-the-shoulder catch, limiting the damage to just 1 run. It's a 1-1 count here. Jordan Payne at the plate. Batting 8th, playing first. Payne watches another one go by. Misses, ball 2. After Payne comes Lexi Burns. She'll be the number 9 batter. Then we go back to the top with Andalyn Wands. Swing and a miss on the 2-1. That's strike 2. Elena Foster in the circle. 3 straight strikeouts to end the second after giving up the leadoff single. Here's a pop-up right side the infield. Trying to make the catch. Out there is the second baseman Boulware, but she can't hang on. Trying to do the over-the-shoulder catch herself, but it ricochets off the glove, and Payne will be safe over at first. Going to go ahead and give that a base hit. Payne singles to start off the inning. And again, brings us now to the right fielder, Lexi Burns. Burns, a swing and a miss to start things out. 0-1, throw down to first. Checking on Payne, but she gets back in safely. Batting from the right-hand side of the plate. Again, Richland looking to get that run back. Good way to start things out by getting a man aboard. But now needing to avoid the strikeout bug, which bit them in the second. 0-1, misses. Make it 1-1 now. One and one. Burns makes contact. Could be two. Over to second for one. Throw to first is not going to be in time. They do get the lead runner, though. It'll be a fielder's choice. Payne's retired, trying to advance to second. So it'll be Burns aboard over on first as we return to the top of the lineup. Andelin Wands. Wands a strikeout victim her first time up, so she's 0 for 1. First pitch, pops it up, left side the infield. Playable for Worstel, but she can't make the grab. Play might still be at second, though. The throw is made, and they'll get the out. And so, in a sense, it'll be another fielder's choice. Would have been most likely the same result had she made the catch. Can't beat yourself up too much for it down there. I know you want to hang on, but in the end, a small mistake. As now it'll be Wands over on first. You will give that an error, though. First pitch on the way. Taking off for second is Wands. She'll be in safely. No throw. Game's first error, but 2 outs. Runner on second. Jessie Bennett at the plate, facing the 1-0 count. She grounded out to second her first time. Next pitch. Swung on, popped it up. Left side, off into the stands. Strike one. Plenty of lawn chairs out here today. Fans from Iberia starting to settle in. Of course, Richland and Crocker well attended as well. Even a few Lakeway fans still hanging out. The team as well. Here's a line drive over to short. Worstel going to make the grab this time. And that'll do it here for the inning. So Worstel recovers from the error, makes the catch. And that'll do it here for the top of the third. No runs on 1 hit. There was 1 error, and there was 1 runner left over on base. So, hey, we're going to move on now to the bottom half of the third. 1-0 our score. Crocker still leading over Richland. Back in a moment, you're listening to Frisco League Softball right here on Z102.3. Back here in Iberia, about to start off the bottom of the third. Crocker looking to expand upon their 1-0 lead as they approach the plate here in this half inning. Connor Harbert here with you, Z102.3, our second game of the day. Just another reminder, we'll have one more after this one. It'll be Iberia and Dixon for the Frisco League Softball Championship, or at least the championship tournament. I guess I go ahead and should say. Conference titles are one thing, tournament titles are another, but it'll be Iberia the 1 seed and Dixon the 2 seed. Both teams having relatively easy times getting here. Both these teams, Iberia and Dixon, very, very quality, outscoring their opponents 45-0 total en route to that championship game. So, should be a good one. Again, that'll come after the conclusion of this one. 1-0 here, though, as Brooke Gann swings and misses at the first pitch. It's 0-1. In fact, both these teams, Richland and Crocker, suffering 15-0 defeats to Iberia and Dixon in the semifinals. Swinging a foul ball off to the net. Keep it now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes here to Gann. Strikeout victim her last time up. Bennett delivers. Hard hit ground ball right back to the middle, out in the center field. That's a base hit. So Crocker, who did most of their damage with the small ball last time, they're swinging away here, and they're sending it out to the outfield. Gann is aboard, and that brings us now to Catherine Boulware. Boulware going to get a second crack at it. Her last time up, she was hit by a pitch. So no official at-bat on the day. First pitch outside, it's ball 1. Pitch that ran up, caught her on the leg. She was left stranded over at first, however. "1-0 delivered. Line drive, right side, but it's foul. And that'll even it up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Crocker last season, 5-15. A win here would tie their win total from last season. Richland, 13-9. Obviously some big dreams coming in here this season, trying to improve upon that total. Here's a foul ball off to the right, 1-2. My grasp of the English language is insane. As I always say, you'd be surprised to find out that I get paid to talk for a living. Here's a swing, line drive, left side, could be trouble. Going to drop down behind the third baseman for a base hit. Gann going to move on over to second. Boulware will head on into first. She'll have her first base hit of the game. And 2 straight singles have runners on first and second with nobody out. So Boulware putting a line drive right over the top of Cameron Cardos over at third. Right on the edge of the infield where the dirt meets the grass. A good spot to put a line drive, and so with runners on first and second, and again nobody out, here's Monica Dewhurst. First offering to Dewhurst. She's swinging away, pops it up right side, but off over towards the Crocker dugout it goes. It'll be strike 1. Dewhurst struck out her last time up. Struck out to end the first. Trying to avenge that strikeout here. Maybe even with a ball into the gap. Bring in a run. Extend upon this 1-0 lead. Squaring up to bunt, pulls it back. Pitch is going to be called strike 2 anyway. As it stands, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Got her to chase on a pitch outside. That's a big first strike. Or a big first out, I should say, here for Bennett. And Richland holds the runners on first and second here for Elena Foster. Opens up the possibility of a double play ball, of course, if a possibility arises. Here's a bunt. Popped it up. Going to come down. Going to roll. Foul. Thought it might have caught the glove of a Richland player out there. Of course, you can't straight knock a ball foul. You have to let it roll. But the spin took it out. Umpire recognizes that. It'll be a foul ball and strike 1. Thought they might also have an opportunity, Richland, to make the catch on that one. It was popped up quite high. Unfortunately, nobody able to get to it in time. 0-1 on the way. Another bunt laid down by Foster, but again, it's foul behind us. Or should I say behind home plate. We'll go 0-2, and Foster will have to swing away. So Foster 0 for 1 as well, struck out. One of 2 strikeouts to begin that second inning before Crocker was able to rattle off 3 base hits. Squaring up, but now trying to swing away. Can't make contact, though. She'll strike out for the second time tonight. And so after giving up 2 straight singles, Jessie Bennett has rallied back to pick up 2 straight strikeouts. 2 outs. Still runners on first and second for left fielder Maddie Parks. Parks also a strikeout victim. Bennett's got plenty of strikeouts in this one. Bennett gonna lay a, Parks gonna lay a bunt right back to the circle. Bennett has it, who will make the throw over to first to end the inning. So a nice recovery there from Bennett. Gives up the 2 singles, but gets 3 straight outs to send it on now to the top half of the 4th. It's still a narrow ball game. 1-0 our score. Crocker still leading Richland. We'll be back here in 60 seconds. You're listening to the Frisco League Softball Tournament right here on Z102.3. Back here once again in Iberia. 4th inning now here in this one. Crocker with a narrow lead upon Richland 1-0 here at this moment. But Richland coming back to the plate. They're going to try to even things out here. They've got 3, 4, and 5, the meat of the lineup. Coming up here, Elena Foster still in the circle. Still looking to try to keep the 0 up on the board. Connor Harvin here with you, Z102.3. Our second game of the day. Lakeway defeating Stoutland in our consolation game, 5-4. Game that was played 6 innings. Called due to time limit. This game, at the moment, buzzing right along. First pitch to Cameron Cardos. It's ruled in there, caught the outer half for strike 1. Cardos grounded out to third, her first time up. I'm not even going to try to explain myself on that one. Inside, ball 1. I guess I might, Third base, 5 in the scorebook. 5th base. I'll just invent a new game. I'll rationalize it. 1-1, line drive back to the screen. 1-2 now. After Cardos would be Toria Spurberg. Then after Spurberg would be Lily Gibson. Richland 2 hits today. Have left a couple aboard. 1-2 on the way. Here's a swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt. Had the tag to complete the out, but Cardos on the way to the dugout already. Be a quick tag and another strikeout here for Elena Foster to start off the 4th. 1 down. Here's Victoria Spurberg. Spurberg, 1 for 1. Owns one of those 2 hits for the Bears. First pitch too low. It's ball 1. Stole second, but was left stranded. 3 strikeouts in a row. Spurberg had to watch out there over on second. 1-0 now. Outside, make it ball 2. After Spurberg would be Lily Gibson. Isabel Bowling on deck. Or actually, should say in the hole. They go any farther than that. Here's the 2-0 from Foster. Swung on. Fly ball out towards center. Underneath it is Ruth. Reaches up, makes the grab. And that'll be out number 2. Spurberg made solid contact with that one. Got Ruth to back up just about to near the fence. But in the end, it was an easy play for Ruth to make. That'll be out number 2. 2 away. Here's a first pitch swing. That's going to be Lily Gibson who sends a fly ball off to the fence herself. That's out in right center. Going to have 2. Maybe she tries to make it 3. She's going to try it. She's going to be in there with a standing triple. Gibson wasting no time in finding her pitch. High fly ball out towards right center. Helms giving chase out in right. Unable to track it down, and it rolls all the way to the fence. fact, I do say the last game, Stoutland Lakeway, of the 12 hits we saw, all of them were singles. That's our first extra base hit of the evening. And it was a big one. First pitch here to Isabel Bowling, fouled off to the screen, strike one. Next pitch, slow and away, ball one, 1-1. One ball, one strike. Again, 2 away. First 2 batters of the inning retired. Then a 2-out triple. Here's the 1-1. Outside. Ball 2. Gonna watch Gibson all the way back to third before eventually sending it on back to Foster. We'll prepare for the next pitch. After Bowling would be Jada Sullivan. If the inning continues on, the 2-1. It's up high, ball 3. Throw back to the circle, it's a bit high, gets away from Foster, plate the plate, not in time, Richland's tied it up. So a costly error on the throwback. Again, misfires throwing back up to Foster. It'll be an error and a run as Gibson's able to take charge and find her way to home plate. Don't like to see that. Especially if you're down there, if you're Crocker. That's tied it up here 1-1. An error on the throwback. An average ordinary pitch beforehand. Just caught the edge of the glove of Foster and rolled out towards second base. To full count at the plate, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the payoff pitch. Popped it up. Right side, Boulware underneath. Brings it in, and that'll do it here for the Richland half of the 4th. But they find the run they need. A base hit, and then a helpful error to bring in that run. 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and nobody left on base. Now we move on into the bottom half of the 4th. Crocker going to try to retake the lead. As it stands, though, we're all tied up here at 1 apiece. We'll be back here in 2 minutes. Going to take a 2-minute timeout. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Frisco League Softball right here on Z102.3. A bunt laid down as we get back to it here, and a throw over to first in time. Going to beat Olivia Hayes to the bag. She'll be retired as we get back going here in the bottom half of the fourth. 1-1 our score. Richland able to tie things up. A 2-out triple, then a costly error by Crocker. Means we're all tied up here. And now with a batter put away in Olivia Hayes, that brings us back to the top of the order. Ashlyn Worstell. Worstell watches the first one go by. It's going to be strike one. Connor Harbin here with you today, Z102.3. Next pitch, close, but just a bit too far outside, 1-1. Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful Wednesday. The 1-1 up high, ball two. Temperature's starting to drop out here in Iberia. As I predicted when we got going here, it was a little bit warm to start off the day. And at the moment, in a nice little sweet spot. It'll continue to drop to the lower 60s by tonight. 2-1 pitch, slapped down the third base side, but it's foul. We'll go 2-2. Here's a 2-2 now. Trying to go for that outside half again, but misses. 3-2. More softball tomorrow for you. If you're a fan or if you're listening in from Waynesville here today, more Lady Tiger softball. Here's a pitch outside, ball four. Worstell will draw the walk. So for the second time tonight, Worstell finds her way over onto first. Actually, I should say for the third time today, second time via the walk. And settling in, here's Emma Ruth. First pitch to, well, nope, first pitch finds it. Strike one. Don't think Ruth pulled the bat back in time. Pitch was definitely up in the zone. And now time's going to be called here at home plate to brush off the bag. But yep, we'll have Waynesville Lady Tiger softball for you tomorrow. Taking on the Glendale Falcons. We'll also have Kansas City Chiefs football for you tomorrow on Z102.3. Here's a pitch up high. Taking off for second, Worstell. She'll be in there safely. Throw a bit off the mark. Gibson able to bring it in, but not before Worstell finds her way in. So 1-1 now the count. Next offering here. Ruth pulling it back, pitch high, ball two. Which means, of course, we have softball, Kansas City Chiefs. We'll have to leave that softball game in progress. Again, I apologize for that. I know I said on Monday, if you were listening in to Waynesville versus Dixon, I know I said it wouldn't happen again. I apologize. Kind of forgot. But we'll all be okay. Ruth going to lay down the bunt this time. Back to the circle. Bennett going to make the throw to first. Is in time. No. Ruth beats it out. She'll have herself a bunt single. For the fourth time tonight, Crocker has managed to find their way aboard on a bunt single. Bennett checking on Worstell before trying to throw it over to first. Might have cost her there. She did keep the lead runner over on second, though. But still just one out. Ruth aboard. Here's Katie Huey again. First pitch, Huey squaring up to bunt, but the pitch gets away from the catcher, Sullivan, and both runners advance, second and third. Worstell on third, Ruth on second. 1-0. Lays the bunt, but pops it up. Bennett makes the catch. Going to watch both runners back to the bag. There'll be two down. So trying to pull off the bunt again. Bennett ready for it, though, on the pop-up. There'll be two down. A chance for Richland to get out of it with no runs. Here's Brooke Gann. Gann, a hard single up the middle last time up. She's 1 for 2. Swinging now. Fly ball behind us. 0-1. Behind us, more of a phrase. It's actually right in front of me. Again, the press box here in Iberia. very much removed from the field. Still have a great view from here, but there is a bit of a gap. The 0-1's a bit too low, 1-1. Can see everything. And I can hear most everything. That's all I need. 1-1 now. Here's a swing. Pop up right side the infield. Coming up on it is Spurberg. She'll make the catch and end the inning. So a pop out and another one will end the inning and help Richland escape a second and third one-out situation. We'll head on now to the fifth inning here in this one. This one a tight ball game. We're tied up at 1. We'll come back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Frisco League Softball right here on Z102.3. Welcome back here to Iberia, top of the fifth. Here in our third place game, Crocker and Richland, both teams tied up here at 1. Connor Harbin here with you, Z102.3. Richland back up to the plate. We start the fifth inning now. It'll be 7, 8, and 9. Sullivan, Payne, and Burns all set to bat. So Richland was able to find themselves a run in the fourth inning, trying to add on here. Good 2-out hitting. Then again, the game's second error. Crocker has committed both errors, at least by my book, here tonight. First pitch to Sullivan, misses low. It's ball 1. Sullivan struck out her first time up. One of 6 strikeouts tonight for starting pitcher Elena Foster. Speaking of Foster, still in the circle. Delivers a pitch outside. It's ball 2. Next offering, hard hit line drive, right side, but foul. 2-1. Again, 185 down the lines. Haven't seen too many deep fly balls tonight. But this isn't the largest field you'll ever see. Definitely possible to clear one if you catch it on the right spot. We've seen some hard hit balls. Just need to get under them. 2-1 on its way. Inside, ball 3. 186 to left center. 191 to center field. And then 200 out in right center. Not a symmetrical ballpark here at Law Softball Field. 3-1 offering. Close, caught the outer edge. Full count. Three balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch is low, ball 4. And Sullivan draws the walk. It's a leadoff walk, Jada Sullivan. She'll be aboard. And that brings us back around to first baseman Jordan Payne. Time called. Sullivan tying the shoe over at first base before we get to it. Payne's 1 for 1. Singled, but then was retired as part of a fielder's choice. Getting her second crack at it here in the 5th inning. This ball game just over an hour old. Swing and a miss on the first pitch of the at-bat, 0-1. After Payne comes Lexi Burns. Then back to the top of the Richland order we go. 0-1 delivered. Swung on. High pop-up. Bulware underneath. Brings it in. Out number 1. A lot of air under that one, but doesn't leave the infield. Bulware underneath, able to get underneath. And with 1 down, up steps Lexi Burns. Burns was the beneficiary of the fielder's choice. First pitch, Sullivan taking off for second. Not going to be in time. However, she herself was retired, trying to advance to second on an error. A pop-up over to short. A drop ball. Burns kind of caught in no man's land. Now here's a line drive out into center field. Gets down. Sullivan moving on over to third. She'll stop there. It'll be runners at the corners. So Burns, for the second time, finds her way on over to first. We'll see if she can make it to second this time. As I was saying, kind of caught out in no man's land after a dropped pop-up. Had to stay back. Nothing really she could have done there. Well, like I said, another crack. Runners at the corners. Richland a big opportunity here with just 1 out. Here's Andolyn Wands. A chance to maybe break the tie. Here's a ground ball over to short. Throw's going to have to go to first. They are not going to get her. Everybody's safe. Richland takes the lead here at 2-1. An RBI single, Andolyn Wands. Beats out the infield single. And Richland finds themselves out in front. Chance for more, perhaps, with runners on first and second. And Jesse Bennett to the plate. Bennett looking to bunt. Bunts it left side, foul. Crocker got the scoring going after a couple scoreless innings. Actually, that was the bottom of the second. Scoreless until the top of the fourth. And now a tie broken here in the top of the fifth. Shaping up to be another good contest. 0-1 the count here to Bennett. 0 for 2 on the day. Ground out and a line out. The 0-1 up high. Big jumps for both Richland runners, but they'll head back to the respective bags. It'll be 1-1. 1-1. Bennett this time going to lay down the bunt. Left side. Throw is going to go to first. And they're going to get her. Got her by a half step. Both runners advance. And it'll be the sacrifice. And that brings us now to Cameron Cardos. Cardos 0 for 2. Ground out and a strikeout. First offering outside. Getting quickly out of the stance. Watching Burns back to third. Oh, 0-1 the count here to Cardos. Next pitch, up high. Ball 1. Now here's a throw over to third, and I think no. Tag wasn't there. That was awfully close. Thought they might have had Burns over there at third. Might have been able to sneak around the tag, though. Played a game with chicken with Gann. Gann was ready to throw that time. So 1-1 the count. And the next one. Swung on, missed it, but the pitch gets away. Or no, are they going to say she fouled it off? Yes, they are. It will be strike 2, but Burns will have to come back to third. It'll be 1-2. Burns awfully aggressive over there on third. Wants to score, wants to extend this Richland lead. She was hauling after that pitch. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, missed. Strike 3. And now here's a pitch that gets away. That'll be 3 outs, though. I was about to say. I was pretty sure that was out number 3. I was ready to call that one until the bitter end, but that'll do it here for the 5th. However, Richland finds the run they need to take the lead. They find 1 run on 2 hits. 1 run on 2 hits. They leave 2 on base. Into the bottom half of the 5th we go. Richland now leading Crocker 2-1. Back in 60 seconds, you're listening to Frisco League Softball right here on Z102.3. Back here to Iberia. Bottom of the fifth. 2-1 our score. Richland leading over Crocker. Third place game of the Frisco League Softball Tournament. Able to get a run in the previous half inning. Now trying to hang on here. We'll have to face 5, 6, and 7 here in this bottom half of the fifth. Jesse Bennett still up on the mound. She'll continue on. Connor Harbin here with you, Z102.3. I'll continue on. Not only for this one, but for the next contest as well. Iberia and Dixon. Reminder, we'll take a short break in between before eventually coming back to that one. Here's a pitch foul enough to right. Burns unable to put a glove on it, though. That'll be an error. And that's going to lead to extra bases for Boulware. All the way to second she goes. And that's your potential tying run. A fly ball out to right. Burns unable to haul it in. And that'll be Richland's first error of the day. Boulware now on second. We're going to have a pinch hitter for Monica Dewhurst. Get a number on that. Looks to be number 10. That'll be Mackie Hutchinson. So Hutchinson to the plate. See what she can do here. She settles in to the right-hand side of the plate. Get a runner on second and nobody out. That is the potential tying run. Go-ahead run, stands at the plate. Hutchinson trying to lay down a bunt, pops it up. Contact, but does Cardos hang on? She does. Now here's a rundown between second and third, but Boulware will slide back on into second. And that was a heck of a play by Cardos. Contact made between Cardos and Bennett. Both really wanted to catch that pop-up. Cardos caught it in the glove, then tripped over Bennett, hit the dirt, but was able to hang on for the out. So credit where credit is due. You don't like that your fielders are running into each other, but at the end of the day, you're just glad they made the catch. One down, runner still over on second. First pitch, Elena Foster fouls it off over to the right. Off over towards the baseball field, 0-1. Pitch low and inside. That's going to get away from the catcher. Taking off for third is Boulware. She'll be in safely. A wild pitch, and that tying run now just one bag away. Richland going to have to find a way to come up with 2 outs and while holding that runner at third. It's a 1-1 count after the pitch. Bennett delivers. It's too low, ball 2. Several ways you can go about that. Of course, pop out, strike out. most likely the preferred methods. You have a few others. Those are the easiest. At least when it comes to holding the runner. 2-1 now. Here's a hard hit line drive. That's going to bring the runner home. Out into center field. We've got a tie ball game once again. Elena Foster, RBI single. Helps herself out a little bit. And we're all tied up here in the bottom of the fifth. That 2 apiece. So an error cost Crocker the lead. But now they use a Richland error to help tie it back up. As it stands, 2 apiece. Runner still over on first, and Foster, 1 out. And now here's a swing and a miss. Throw down to first. Payne scoops it up, but no tag applied. It'll just be 0-1. Maddie Parks at the plate, 0 for 2 on the day. Strikeout and a ground out. Next pitch, bunt laid down, back to the circle. Bennett has it, over to Payne at first, makes the catch, out number 2. Parks does her job, advances Foster over to second. Remember, Foster now in scoring position, she's your go-ahead run. And as we learned in the first game, there is a time limit. I'll be honest with you, don't know when that time limit is, especially since the second game got started a little bit later than was on the schedule. Just do keep in mind that is something in play. I don't think we're getting close to that mark at the moment, though. So, for the moment, we continue on. 2 outs. Here's a bunt, popped up, left side. Richland unable to run it down as it lands foul. Strike 1. First game ended after the 6th inning, with Stoutland falling a little bit short in their comeback bid against Lakeway. About 10 minutes past the 7 o'clock hour. Knew this one was going to be a good one. It's delivered. Here's the 0-1 now from Bennett. Trying to lay down the bunt again. Pitch was good. Pitch was in the zone. Pitch called a strike. 0-2. Bennett trying to end the inning and trying to let the rest of the Lady Bears try to get it done with the bats. Here's the 0-2. Gets away from the catcher. Back to the backstop. Moving over to third is Foster. There's the go-ahead run. Now 1 bag away. Similar situation. A wild pitch brought Boulware to third previously in the inning. And now a wild pitch brings Foster to the same spot. 1-2 the count. 2 outs. The pitch. Line drive over towards short. Making the catch is Gibson. And that'll keep it a tie ball game. So Olivia Hayes lines out to short to end the inning. But not before Crocker does pick up the run they need. 1 run on 1 hit. There was an error. And there was 1 runner left over on base. Top of the 6th we go. All tied up at 2. Richland and Crocker back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Frisco League Softball right here on Z102.3. Back to it here. We enter the top of the 6th in Iberia, the Frisco League Softball Tournament. 3rd place game. Our 2 teams, Richland and Crocker, all tied up at 2. But Richland back to the play here in the top half of the inning. They'll try to continue an offensive surge. They've seen 2 runs scored in the last 2 innings. Trying to get it done here once again, trying to reclaim the lead. It's Connor Harbert here with you, Z102.3. 3, 4, and 5 back up to the plate. Cardos, Spurberg. Excuse me, how about Spurberg first? Forgot to mark Cardos ending the inning. So how about 4, 5, and 6? Spurberg, Gibson, and Bowling. Spurberg swinging a miss at the first pitch, 0-1. Spurberg today is 1 for 2. Single in the second, and a fly out to center field. Here's a swing, pop up, right side the infield. Boulware chasing it back, reaches up, and is able to haul it in for the first out of the inning. 1 batter down in the top of the 6th. And now here comes Lily Gibson. Gibson played a big part in Richland's initial comeback effort. Of course, not much of a comeback, trailing 1-0 to come back to 1-1, but still, comeback is in him 2 outs, able to pick up a triple. Here's another line drive. This time, though, the shortstop, Worstel, is able to track it down, and she'll make the grab. So 2 pop-ups that don't leave the infield, and it takes just 3 pitches, to bring 2 outs. Spurberg and Gibson both retired. Here's Isabel Bowling. A quick top of the 6th so far. Foster working quickly, delivers the first pitch. Swing, made contact, but fouls it off weakly behind home plate. Strike 1. 7:15 according to my watch, which is not a watch, but a computer to my right. Here's the 0-1, low and inside, ball 1. To be honest with you, probably haven't worn a watch in 10, 15 years at this point. Too heavy. Don't like having anything on my wrists, personally. That's just me, though. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the next delivery to Bowling stays high, ball 2. Can't do that Apple Watch or anything like that these days. I know that's the new in thing. That would require me to keep something locked up there. 2-1. Caught the outer half. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Bowling as Foster looks to make it a 1-2-3 inning. Hasn't had one of those since the first inning today. Here it is, the 2-strike pitch. Line drive, right side, but foul. And we'll stay at 2-2. If Bowling manages to get aboard, Jada Sullivan would be the next one up. Next 2-strike pitch. Contact made once again. Short roller. The catcher has it. Gann over to first. Not in time. Bowling hustles it out. The swinging bunt to get aboard. And the go-ahead run is aboard with 2 outs. Gann had to get on that one quickly to have a chance at getting the out over at first. But Bowling able to beat the throw by a step or 2. So Bowling's aboard. Here's Jada Sullivan. Sullivan 0 for 1. Struck out her first time up. Back in the second. Walked in the 5th. Stole second. And came around to score. At the time, that had given Richland a 2-1 lead. First pitch, Sullivan. Contact made. Foul, though. Bowling, who took off for second, has to come back to first. After Sullivan, Jordan Payne taking her cuts in the on-deck circle. Then we'd see Lexi Burns. That, of course, is if the inning continues on. 0-1, Sullivan, ground ball right side, gets through into right field for a base hit. Rounding second is Bowling. She's going to come into third. They're going to hold her there. It'll be runners at the corners, still with 2 outs. And a big spot here for Jordan Payne. Richland has proven it's not necessarily done and over with after 2 outs. Their first run of the game came with 2 outs. And now they're threatening again here. Still need something, though, with runners at the corners and no outs to give. 2 outs. Again, time marches on. Not going to give you an exact time, but it is someone to watch. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Taking off for second is Sullivan. Trying to throw it over to third. They throw it away, and Bowling's going to score. Meanwhile, over at third, Sullivan slides in safely. Richland leads this one 3-2. Sullivan takes off for second on the pitch. A big jump from Bowling over at third gets Gann to throw to the bag, but her throw sailed wide into left field. Bowling's able to come home to score and give Richland the lead once again. It'll be the 3rd error of the game here on Crocker. And for the 2nd time, it will result in a run. Before we get back to it here, before we get to the Jordan Payne at bat, a full infield meeting. Crocker head coach Rebecca Poston out to the circle to talk things over with her Lady Lions. We know we'll see a bottom half of the 6th. We need to. Them's the rules. But time continues to tick, tick, tick. 3-2 our score. Runner on third. 2 men out. Next pitch to Payne. Ground ball left side. It's foul. One ball, 1 strike. Lexi Burns on deck. Then back to the top of the order we'd go. 1-1. Swung on, popped it up. Right side, Boulware giving chase. Behind first base, brings it in, makes the catch. And that'll end the inning. But a Crocker error leads to a run scoring for Richland. And they will officially take the lead once again. They lead by 1 here at 3-2. We'll take ourselves 60 seconds. We'll come right back. Crocker back to the plate. You're listening to Frisco League Softball right here on Z102.3. Back here in Iberia, bottom of the 6th. Crocker finds itself trailing once again after Richland picks up a run in the previous half inning. Connor Harvitt here with you, Z102.3. Richland 3, Crocker 2. But Crocker another chance at the plate here in the bottom of the 6th. Three Crocker errors tonight, 2 of which have been extremely costly. First pitch here. Fouled off to the left-hand side. Ashlyn Warstell at the plate. She'll face an 0-1 count. Now a pitch outside. How about 1-1? Warstell today, 1 for 1 with 2 walks. Has managed to get on board all 3 times she's traveled to the plate. Has not been able to score a run, however. Has helped drive a run in. Just hasn't scored herself. Facing a 2-1 count now. Bennett delivers. Outside, ball 3. Been in danger of walking Warstell for the 3rd time tonight. That would be the tying run aboard with nobody out. It's 3-1, Bennett. Too low, ball 4. So Warstell walks for the 3rd time tonight. We know she is more than willing to steal some bags. Already has 2. See if she doesn't try to do it again. Trying to test Sullivan behind the plate. Here is that first pitch. Warstell takes off, pitches high. Sullivan down to second, not in time. 3rd stolen base for Warstell. Tying run over on second. Almost to 7:30. Emma Ruth at the plate, facing a 1-0 count. Pitch up high. Ball 2. Ruth, 2 for 3. Actually, no, excuse me. How about 2 for 2? 2 singles and a walk. 2-0 pitch on the way. Bunt down the third base side. Ruth hustling it up, but the throw is going to beat her there. Meanwhile, Warstell waiting for the throw. She's able to get on over to third. Warstell waiting for the throw to make sure it was gone and away before taking off for third. Ruth will get credit for the sacrifice, but she is thrown out. 5-3. There is 1 out. Tying run now at third. It'll be Katie Huey to the plate. So Huey settles in. Team trailing by 1. First pitch, trying to lay down a bunt. Pops it up. Gonna roll foul. Richland charging in from those corners. Trying to catch that pop-up. But right in the sweet spot. However, the roll takes it out of the field of play. 4 strike 1. Trying to go for the safety squeeze. Squaring up again. Huey pulls it back. Swinging away now. Misses. 0-2. 2 strikes now. Strikeout here would be big for Richland. Obviously, it means you don't have to really worry about that runner on third anymore. You just make the play over to first. As it stands, Crocker with an out to give. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Bennett. Pop up right side of the infield, giving chase. But she's not able to track it down. It's just over the fence, off into the Crocker dugout. We'll stay 0-2. Huey today is 0 for 3. 2 pop-ups and a strikeout. Strikeouts have really cooled off since the beginning portion of this game. Bennett trying to find a big one here. The next 2-strike pitch. Close, but too low, 1-2. Bennett has not picked up a strikeout since the 3rd inning. He's picking up a bat will in those first 3 innings. The 1-2, this time up high, 2-2. Bennett with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strikeouts on the day. That's how dominant she was through those first 3 innings. It's been a pretty solid pitcher's duel when it's all said and done. Lena Foster on the other side of things, pitching just as well. Only 1 earned run tonight. 2-2 now. That's going to be ruled strike 3. That's a big strikeout. 2 down now. Huey caught looking. The pitch caught the lower outside corner. And here comes Brooke Gann. Gann now in a big spot. She's 1 for 3. Single, strikeout, pop out. First pitch. Gann watches it in. Finds the corner. This time the upper outside corner. Strike 1. Gann single came back in the 3rd. Last time up, popped out to second base in the 4th. 0-1 on its way. That's outside. Ball 1. Officially 7:30. Ball game that got started about 5:50 or so. This one just over an hour and a half old. 1-1. Big line drive left side, but it curls foul. Off the fence, off towards the, well, I guess I'll call it a creek bed. It's more like a bed of rocks out there. But it'll go 1-2. Hard hit ball. Not home run distance, but enough to clear the fence out there. Off in left center. Or should I say left field. Probably about 160 or so. 2 strikes. 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th. 3-2. Tying run at 3rd. Here's the pitch. Fouled off to the screen. We'll stay at 1-2. Tense moment in this one. Bennett looking for that strike 3 that would get her out of it after giving up the leadoff walk. Here's the next pitch. 1-2. Outside. Ball 2. Two and 2. 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The next pitch. Popped it up. Right side the infield. And they're going to drop it. The run will score. It's all tied up here at 3. A huge error for Richland. A pop-up right side the infield. Nobody could decide who wanted it. And in the end, it'll be off the glove of the first baseman, Payne. The run scores, and it's all tied up at 3. So runner on first, still 2 outs. 1-0 the count. First pitch to Catherine Boulware outside. The 1-0 now on its way. Up high. Ball 2. Story of this game thus far has been costly errors. 2 Crocker errors have generated 2 runs, and now Richland commits the costly error. Here's the 2-0. Fly ball, right field. Giving chases Burns. That's behind her. Rounding second, that's going to be Gann. Do they try to send her home from third? They're going to try it. Here's the play at the plate. Sullivan has it. She'll make the tag in plenty of time to end the inning. So we're going to be tied after 6. Tied after 6 at 3 apiece. And we're headed to the 7th inning. We'll decide a winner, hopefully, here before too long. Don't forget, we got a whole nother game to play. But it's going to be the top of the 7th when we come back. All tied up at 3. Back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Frisco League Softball right here on Z102.3. Back here in Iberia, we have got the 7th inning up and coming. 3-all here in what could be the decisive inning. 3-2 in the bottom half of the 6th. The clock ticking, of course. And a costly error allows a Crocker run to score and tie the ball game. Unfortunately, Crocker, a runner thrown out at home, trying to grab the lead, possibly the game. I'm being honest with you, with the time limit we know is a factor. But with the game tied, we can't really call both teams third place. And we'll continue on here. So Richland to the plate. Set to start things off. It'll be Lexi Burns. Crocker 3 runs on 8 hits. Richland 3 runs on 7 hits. Here's swing, line drive, right side, but just foul. And Burns will have to come back to the plate. So by the way, we are past time, so here's the situation at hand. You may know this if you're a fan of Major League Baseball, for better or for worse. At this point, it's extra innings. Runner on second to start things out. That would be the last batter up. Here's a line drive into center field, and that's going to score that run. Rounding third, that is going to be Payne. She will score. Burns taking off for second. She will be in safely. 4-3 Richland. So immediately taking advantage of it. As you put Jordan Payne over on second to start the half inning. And she comes around to score. To the top of the lineup, here's Juan. She'll send a fly ball out in the left. That one gets down, fair ball. Moving over to third is Burns. She'll stop there. Juan's trying to make it 2. She'll be in safely. Now they're going to try to send Burns home. Burns, the plate is safe at home. 5-3 in Richland. So Richland immediately finding themselves a couple of big base hits in extra innings, or what is considered extra innings in this situation. A single for Burns and a double for Wants. It's going to be runners, well, a runner on second, sorry. And now there's a swing and a ground ball for Jesse Bennett. That's going to hit the bag. That's fair territory. Bennett's aboard. First and third now with nobody out. First and third. Nobody out. 5-3 Richland. Now to the plate, Cameron Cardos. First pitch on its way. Here's a line drive back into center field. Richland having no problems finding the ball at the moment. Run will score from third. 6-3 Richland. Three straight hits to begin this top of the 7th. There'll be runners at first and second. Bennett on second. Cardos now on first. And now here's another ground ball back up into center field. Is that going to score another run? Yes, it does. That's going to be Victoria Sperberg who scores a run. She'll take off for second on the throw home. She'll be in safely. Second and third, 7-3 Richland. Bennett scores from second. 4 runs now have come across in, honestly, about 5 pitches. Second and third now, and here's Lily Gibson. Gibson swinging, ground ball over to third. Going to be played over at short by Warstill. Her throw is not going to be in time. Infield single. Make it another base hit here, and another run will score. 8-3. Sperberg over to third, and again Gibson now on first. Still nobody out. Isabel Browning or bowling, I should say. Pop up, left side of the infield, catch is made, and that'll be out number 1. Moore still giving chase, making the catch behind third base to retire bowling. But now with Richland holding on to that 5-run lead, here's Jada Sullivan. First pitch to Sullivan, swinging away, fouls it off to the right, 0-1. Sullivan a single her last time up in the 6th. Oh-1, ground ball, right side, but foul, 0-2. Sperberg having to return on over to third. Gibson back over to first. It'll be an 0-2 count here against Sullivan. After Sullivan would be Jordan Payne. Will have officially batted around if that comes through. Here's a pitch too low. Gibson moves over to second. 1-2. Of course, Payne started off the half inning over on second. Immediately came home to score, though, on the RBI single for Lexi Burns. 2-strike pitch on the way. This time, again, too low. 2-2. 5 runs, 5 RBIs. Here's the 2-2 now. Swung on, caught a piece of it, fouled it off to the right. We'll stay at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes here to Sullivan. Next pitch on the way, low and inside. It's ball 3. Full count here, 1 out. Runners on second and third. Foster comes set. And the pitch fouled off to the backstop. We'll do it again here. Second offering at 3-2. Bit of an offensive explosion. No real better way to put it. Assisted along by that runner on second, but even without that, definitely you like to see it. Here's a swing and a miss for strike 3. And Sullivan sat down on strikes. He'll be 2 down now, and Jordan Payne will step up to take her at bat. We've officially batted around here in the inning. This is the 9th hitter for the Bears. We have seen Payne in the half inning, though. Like I said, the runner on second base to start. Extra innings, when you put the runner over on second, you take the last batter up in the lineup, the one who was retired to end the last inning. For Richland, that was Payne. Now she faces a 1-1 count. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Watching the next one outside. That's ball 2. Payne today, 1 for 3. Singled back in the third. It's popped up to second base twice now. Here's a swing, pop up behind the plate, but it goes over the fence, off towards the stands. 2-2. No, it'll be do or die for Crocker in the bottom half of the inning. But the gauntlet really just has been thrown. Of course, Crocker will also get the runner on second to start things out, but they'll have to generate a lot. 5 runs to be precise at the moment. 2-2 is outside, ball 3, and we'll go full. Next pitch on the way, the payoff pitch. It's too low, ball 4. The bases will be loaded. So bases loaded, 2 outs. And here's the batter that started out the inning, Lexi Burns. She put the Lady Bears ahead with a RBI single into center field. Trying to do more damage here with the bases loaded. Here's another ground ball right back to the same place. That's going to score at least one run. They're going to try to make it two. They make it so. Plays at second, not in time. As Burns retreats back to first, it's a 2 RBI single. Make it 10-3 in favor of Richland. Burns with 3 RBIs in this inning alone. Payne moves over to second on the play. Sperberg and Gibson both score. And that'll bring us now back to the top. Andelin Wands once again. Time called. Before we get to Wands, though, we'll exchange softballs out there. In with the old, out with the new. In with the new, out with the old. That's more like it. 10-3 our score. Wands a double her last time up, an RBI double. That was in this same inning. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. Wands today total 2 for 4. A single and a double. A strikeout, reached on an error in the third. 0-1 delivered. Swung on, ground ball over to short. Warstall has it. No throw, though. Has no opportunity. And she'll have her third hit of the day. Infield single. Everybody advances a bag. Bases loaded for Jessie Bennett. Eight hits in the inning for Richland. They've generated 7 runs. Bennett, line drive, hard hit line drive, but Boulware's right there to make the grab and end the inning. But Richland throws down the gauntlet. 7 runs. Those 7 runs coming on 8 hits. 7 runs on 8 hits. There were no errors, and there were 3 runners left on base. Bottom of the 7th. Do or die here for Crocker. They're going to have to somehow match. Need 7 to tie, 8 to win when we come back. Back in 60 seconds, you're listening to Frisco League Softball right here on Z102.3. Back here in Iberia, bottom of the 7th. In what is essentially the first extra inning, Richland picking up 7 runs. 7 runs on 8 hits. They lead this one 10-3. So Crocker's going to need to pick up 7 runs if they want to tie this one back up, and 8 if they want to win. As I always say, it's not impossible, but it's very likely improbable. They will have a runner to start over on second, as Monica Dewhurst stands at the plate, takes a first pitch, called strike. Catherine Boulware will be the extra runner over on second. She was the last batter up in the 6th for Crocker. Here's swing, hard line drive over to short. Stopped by Gibson, has to throw over to first, but has no throw, and everybody will be safe. That'll go down as an infield hit. That was well struck by Dewhurst, who improves upon her 0 for 2 day. She's now 1 for 3. Crocker Crocker trying to get themselves back in it. Elena Foster at the plate, swing and a miss, strike one. You just got to give props to Richland. No errors committed by Crocker in that half inning. That was just good, clean hitting for the Lady Bears. Found the gaps, hustled around the base paths, and took themselves a commanding lead. Just a half inning away from perhaps claiming third place here in this Frisco League tournament. We'll go 1-1 here at the point to Dewhurst. Excuse me, how about Elena Foster? Foster, who is 1 for 3 with an RBI. Single and an RBI her last time up. Trying to lay down the bunt, but bunts it foul to the left side, 1-2. Again, don't forget, after this one, after a short break, the championship game, Iberia and Dixon. Be a little bit later than planned, but we'll get it going for you. So 1-2 the count. Here to Elena Foster. Swinging away, popped it up. Dangerous pop-up, though, just beyond Sperberg, out at second. Boulware going to advance on over to third. She'll have to stop there. But it will be bases loaded here with nobody out. Like I said, it's improbable, but it is not impossible. A big hit here, and who knows where it might take you. Maddie Parks to the plate now. She'll come up. Again, nobody out. And those bases loaded. Boulware on third. Dewhurst on second. Foster on first. Here's a swing and a miss for strike one. 10-3 our score. No runs have come across just yet. But a sticky situation here for the Richland Lady Bears. Next pitch. Outside. It's ball one. Darkness has completely overtaken us here at Law Softball Field. The lights have been on for a while now. Now there's a pitch too low. Ball two. Parks going to get ahead in the count now. 2 balls, 1 strike. Parks 0 for 3. A strikeout, 2 ground outs. Swing. Cut and a foul ball off to the screen for strike 2. So dark out here, and of course I've turned on the lights here in the press box. Can't see the baseball field off to the right anymore. Only one field, and that's the softball field. Here's a pitch too low, ball 3. And Richland perhaps one errant pitch away from walking home a run. Big cushion to work with, but you still got to get it done out there. Here it is, that payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. Caught the corner, out number 1. So 1 down now, and that brings us to Olivia Hayes. Hayes, the designated player, batting from the left-hand side. Bases loaded and 1 out. Richland corner infielders creeping in. Bennett delivers the first pitch. In there for a called strike 1. Sullivan quickly out of the stance. Makes no throw, though. Just gives it on back to the pitcher. We'll continue forward. No balls, 1 strike. Next pitch. Hayes going to lay down a bunt, but it goes foul. 0-2. She'll have to swing away. Hayes 1 for 3. Single. After that, scored the game's first run. That was back in the second. She then grounded out to the pitcher, then lined out to short. Has made contact all day. Needs to do it again here. Needs to find a gap. 0-2. Tries to slap it, misses. Strike 3 called. 2 straight strikeouts now. Here for Jesse Bennett. And 1 out away. Crocker down to its final out. Top of the order back up, though. Here's Ashlyn Worstall. First pitch to Worstall. Fouled off. Strike 1. Worstall's been a tough out. She's found the base paths all 4 times she's come up to the plate. She's done it through a good eye at the plate. 3 walks and a single. She scored once. That was back in the 6th. That tied it up at 3. Ground ball over to second. Fielding it, Spurbird. Play's going to go home. Needed to just make the throw to first, and everybody's going to be safe. Thinking more about the play at the plate, you had 2 outs. The play was over at first. Bit of a mental error there for Richland. As everybody advances the bag. Leads cut to 6 at 10-4. Boulware will score. It will go down as an error. Still 2 outs. Be ruled a fielder's choice, by the way. It's the first pitch to Emma Ruth is a called strike 1. Next pitch on the way, swung on, missed. That's strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Crocker perhaps down to its final strike. The pitch. Too low, ball 1. Dewhurst on third, Foster on second, Worstall on first. The next 2-strike pitch. Again too low, 2-2. On deck, if the inning continues, Katie Huey. But Ruth will have to find a way to get aboard. Here's that 2-2. Comebacker to the circle. Bennett has it. Throw to first in time. And Richland will claim 3rd place here in the Frisco League softball tournament. A game that technically went into extras, but a full 7-inning game regardless. Richland uses a huge explosion of runs in the 7th inning to take that 3rd place trophy. Again, your final score, 10-4. What we'll do, we'll take 60 seconds. We'll come back. We'll have a short post game once again. And then we'll go ahead and wrap things up and prepare you for our final game of the day, the championship game, Iberia and Dixon. Again, back here in 60 seconds. Final score, 10-4. Richland over Crocker. You're listening to Frisco League Softball right here on Z102.3. Back here once again in Iberia, our second game in the books just before the 8 o'clock hour. It's going to be Richland who claims 3rd place in the 2022 Frisco League Softball Tournament. They defeat Crocker 10-4. Connor Harbert here with you, Z102.3. Quickly wrapping things up here. I got to go get some scorebooks. I got to get some lineups for our championship game, but some final tallies for both our sides. First and foremost for the victorious Richland Lady Bears. 10 runs, 15 hits in that one. They commit 3 errors, and they leave 8 runners over on base. Meanwhile, for the Crocker Lady Lions, they score 4 runs here today. They pick up 10 hits. They commit 3 errors as well, and they leave 14 runners over on base. So Richland uses a huge explosion in the top of the 7th, pick up 7 of their runs in that top of the 7th, and again, they claim 3rd place here in the Frisco League Tournament. So we're going to go ahead and send it on back to the studio. I'm going to go set myself up the next broadcast, and we'll be back here in just a few moments. Iberia and Dixon for the Frisco League Championship. Again, we'll come back here in about 10-15 minutes or so. But until then, you've been listening to Frisco League Softball right here on Z102.3.